Hi, my name is Lindsay, and I'm going to be a senior at the College of Worcester, and I'm going to talk about violence prevention and some steps you can take to prevent yourself in common scenarios. So, should we intervene if we notice someone around us being hurt or in a situation? It depends on the risk level of the situation. For example, if you're by yourself or in a group, if the person has a weapon or not, and if you know for a fact that you can make some sort of difference if you maybe have um, certain skills or a weapon with you that could help in the situation. So if the person is armed, I would say that that's probably really risky, and I wouldn't directly get into the line of fire for that. If you're by yourself, that also might be more risky, but if you do have certain abilities like karate or self-defense, or maybe you have pepper spray or something with you that could help, then maybe it would um, that would be helpful. But don't do anything that's beyond your ability level. Also, if you're in a group of people, that might make things more likely to be successful. So that's something to consider. But the most important thing is don't go in without a plan. That could be the worst possible thing that could prevent success in that situation. Um, so another thing is you don't want to be part of what's called the bystander effect. So if you don't decide to directly intervene in the situation, I wouldn't just walk away because that person could be at risk and their life could, be taken away, and you had the possibility to, intervene and to help them. So the bystander effect is when there's a group of people who notice something going on, but since there are other people present, they believe that someone else will take the responsibility to call someone, so therefore nobody calls anyone. That's why people have been murdered in public before. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Make that phone call to the police if you're not sure. It's better that they get more, multiple calls than none. You wouldn't want that to happen to you. Um, so, you know, even if you're uncomfortable, just doing something on the sidelines like that making that phone call can make a huge difference, and could make your community a safer place if you get those people off of the streets. Another way to make the community safer is just if you have some certain knowledge of protection or, something illegal or unsafe going on, share it with people. Some things that I'm going to share today that could maybe help to make your community a safer place is, for example, I know that there are some common characteristics that people like to um, sort of look for in girls, like people who are trying to abduct people or kidnap people. They're always looking for people who won't put up a fight. So if for some reason someone does try to take you away or something, make as much noise as you possibly can. Scream, bring all possible attention to you. Also, don't get in their van or car because that's the worst thing that you could possibly do. Fight as much as you can before that. Um, Also, they like to look for people who have their hair up for some reason because they like to pull on the ponytail. It gives them an easier way to yank you away. Also, if you're in a situation where there are some sort of shady people around and you're not really sure, you want to appear confident. So, walk with a fast stride. Don't put your head down because they like to look for people who aren't paying attention. But most importantly, you want to have your head up tall and proud with your eyes up to the horizon because that makes you look like a confident person. And they don't want to mess with those sorts of people because they'll think that you're going to be more likely to put up a fight. Um, Also, if you're leaving somewhere and you notice a van or a car parked next to you, and someone's in there and you're suspicious, trust your gut because, it might be right. So you could just go back to that store and hang out for a while, or maybe call, if there's some sort of security person there, have them walk you to your car if you're uncomfortable, or enter from the passenger side. Also, I have taken a self-defense class before, so I'm going to share a couple physical sorts of um, tactics that you can use in certain common situations. For example, if you're being choked, if the person has their hands around your neck, a way you can get out of that is if you use your arm and come around and knock their arm down. That's going to be something that can make them stop that. Also, Obviously, kicking to the groin, that's something that, we've all been told at least once. Also, you want to look for pressure points that will bring them down, that will be painful, that can buy you time. One of the biggest ones is right here. It's this little nook right, where your collarbone ends. You want to stick your 2 fingers into it and twist, and it will bring them down. Also, you want to use this little knife edge of your hand if you can, bringing it up to the nose or up to the eyes, or even clawing at the eyes can be really painful and buy you time. Also, if they're grabbing your arm, you want to pull it away in the opposite direction. So if someone is grabbing your right arm, pull your arm to the left side and you can get out. Also, one last thing is if you're if someone is trying to rape you and they're on top of you, girls, our hips are the strongest thing in our body and can lift a lot of weight. So you want to thrust your hips up to the ceiling, and it will have the person will fly up in front of you, and it will buy you some time so you can at least run away or start kicking them or hitting them and run. So those are some suggestions for common situations that you can get into. Share them with people if you can, and I hope you'll never have to use them, but hope they help. Thanks.